Pro Football Weekly is taking a look at some of the top free agents available. Right now we're talking about Kyle Orton. Eric, last year, we know that Orton started in Denver and the whole Tebow thing came up. He ends up in Kansas City, plays all right down the stretch for them. But now he's a free agent, can go to wherever he wants. Is he a viable starter somewhere, or is he more of a backup plan?
You know, I've always liked Kyle Orton. I've always felt that if he got the right opportunity, he'd be pretty good. Now, he started in a couple different teams and hasn't always worked out. He really tailed off in the first part of the season with the Broncos. That led to his release. Obviously, as you mentioned, finished up fairly strong with the Chiefs. I think there are some options out there for him. Is he going to be the guy you just hand the keys to and say, you're our starter unquestioned without competition? No way. But I think he can get into a competitive situation, maybe with a rookie, some team that drafts a quarterback and don't think they can start right away. Bring in Orton, let's see what he can do.
He was a talk last offseason, a possibility for a lot of teams. Ended up staying in Denver forever. It seemed like we heard the Dolphins were going to trade for him to compete with Chad Henne. It didn't happen. Where are some teams this year you think that might go for him?
Well, I think one of those teams that wants to make a play for Peyton Manning and loses that derby could end up in the Orton sweepstakes. You know, somebody like Washington, let's say they can't get Robert Griffin III. Peyton Manning doesn't end up there. You know, Orton is the kind of guy I could see them bringing in and then maybe drafting a quarterback. That makes a lot of sense. If you're talking strictly as a backup, the Chicago Bears make a lot of sense. He's obviously got ties to this team. They put in a claim for him last year. I could see the Bears, if the options aren't there, bring him in as a backup.
So if you had to guess, where would be the place that, as you call it, win the Kyle Orton sweepstakes?
And they will be sweepstakes, let me tell you. Now, I think the most likely option is probably the Bears backup thing I was describing there. Could I see a situation where Cleveland or Washington or Miami or one of these QB-needy teams pops in and makes a play? Sure, it could happen.
It just seems so strange because he does play pretty well, it seems like at times, but never really gets that chance and the support from the organization. See if it happens this time. Doesn't look like it will. You can find out where Kyle Orton's going to go. Just check back with us at ProFootballWeekly.com.